Grace and peace, everybody. We are back, but we're up in the building. It's early in the morning, and I just wanted to get this video done while I'm working on my studio upgrade, hence why I don't have a camera. But have mercy on me, y'all. Have mercy. I just think this is such an interesting situation. I do think it's probably an innocent mistake. I do think what I'm about to share is probably an innocent mistake. However, using the logic that Candace Owens has used for the last, I don't know, however long, you can't make innocent mistakes. You have to be on your P's and Q's all the time. I think you all remember that she so wonderfully told us that.
But I don't like little lies. When there is one lie, there's 20.
All right. So when somebody makes a mistake, somebody doesn't say something, somebody omits something, those are all lies, she said, right? Okay. And we already know.
You don't get to ask those questions. What's wrong with you, Mom? Why are you so scared?
Okay. So because of that, I need Cantifa. Come on up here to the front of the church. Shout out to y'all. I need you to explain this to me then.
You guys, happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed the holiday weekend. I certainly did. We baptized baby Roman. It was my husband's birthday. It was my husband's birthday. Even if I could have made it work, which I couldn't have, because my husband instantly said, no, you cannot do this Monday. And he runs the household. He has an important thing going on that day, which involves people that are coming in from overseas. Because I have kids, I would have had organized things, and it would have just taken longer than 24 hours, and they knew that. There's no way in hell that George can make the 15th work. He just said it. No, he shut it down immediately.
Okay.
And for a very valid reason.
Okay. So the very valid reason is what? Because she doesn't mention, by the way, we got family coming in because of his birthday, or by the way, we have a big celebration because aunts and uncles are coming in. She just says a very valid reason. Now, just in case anybody thinks we might have taken this out of context or whatever, I'm going to bring in the full clip of the initial conversation that she had, the initial introduction from her show, so we can look at it together. And it didn't pop up. Ha ha ha. Here we go. Let's go.
All right, you guys, happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed the holiday weekend. I certainly did. We baptized baby Roman. It was my husband's birthday, and it was America's birthday. So it was just a good weekend of family fun.
Okay, so what was going on? What was happening that she had her husband's birthday, baby Roman was baptized? How did she mess that up? Because this is clearly, oh yeah, let me just show you real quick. On the page, this is clearly, all right, this is clearly in July. This is episode 21, or rather 211. Please forgive me for that. It was 4 months ago. This is not at all in December. So why did she do that? I'm not saying that it cannot be an innocent mistake. It probably more than likely was an innocent mistake. The only other thing that kind of stands out to me is that there's an NFL football player whose birthday is the same day. And by the way, his name is the same name. Like, what? It just comes across kind of odd, Candace. And remember, you don't give any grace for anybody making mistakes. So here's Mr. Farmer's Wikipedia page. It's right there. We know exactly when his birthday is, all that kind of good jazz like that. December 15th. However, this poor bloke in the NFL, let me make sure I do this right. This poor guy in the NFL, he too is a George Farmer. And his birthday is July 4th. So why did they get it wrong? I mean, again, it could be an innocent mistake. I can think of at least 10 reasons why they might have gotten it wrong. But being the fact that she said it, not one of the staffers or anybody else like that. And remember, Candace doesn't give any grace. If anybody gets something wrong, they're liars. If they don't say something exactly correct and cross every I and dot every T, then guess what? They are liars. And so we already know what she says about.
But I don't like little lies. When there is one lie, there's 20.
And so I'm just wondering, is it peculiar that Candace seemed to make a mistake? Pretty egregious. I mean, you're literally saying your husband's birthday is 4 or 5 months before it actually is. And you don't give any caveats. You don't say like his spiritual birthday or his America birthday. Because, recently George, her husband, became a U.S. citizen. Doesn't say anything of that nature. But what is this? What's going on here, Candace? And I'm going to bring it back in, not to keep picking at the issue, but only to point out she is such a hard butt about being right. You got to be right, otherwise you're lying, blah, blah, blah. Well, ma'am, are you not lying here?
All right, you guys, happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed the holiday weekend. I certainly did. We baptized baby Roman. It was my husband's birthday. It was my husband's birthday. Even if I could have made it work, which I couldn't have, because my husband instantly said, no, you cannot do this Monday. And he runs the household. He has an important thing going on that day, which involves people that are coming in from overseas. Because I have kids, I would have had organized things, and it would have just taken longer than 24 hours, and they knew that. There is no way in hell that George can make the 15th work. He just said it. No, he shut it down immediately.
Okay.
And for a very valid reason.
And what was that very valid reason, Candy? That's what we're asking you. What was the valid reason? I mean, I'm sure there is a valid reason, but it just, even in your answer, she doesn't even say like, oh, by the way, it's his birthday. Oh, by the way, we have family coming in. Now, granted, it's not a milestone birthday. Maybe it's not a big deal in that regard, but you set the standard, Candace, that if people don't say everything, that they're lying. So now, because you set that standard, you have to live by the same standard. As you like to tell people, are going to be hiked up on their own Picard or whatever, like that petard. Well, ma'am, you're going to be hiked up on your own petard because you set the standard that if somebody doesn't give all information, if somebody misses a step, if somebody forgets to mention a small factoid, that they're lying. And ma'am,
got him. We got him.
grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.